Before the movie starts, I never ask for this, but if we can get the video to 100 likes, I'll do 300 days on hardcore Minecraft. Also, a very small amount of you are subscribed. It's free, you can unsubscribe at any time. It would help me out a lot if you'd subscribe. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy my movie. I hate to break it to you, man. He's dead. He's not dead, it's only been 4 months. Trust me, I don't want him to be dead either, but look, there's cobwebs popping up on his house. He's dead. There's literally a sign on his shack that says, "On vacation." He's not dead. Yeah, I gotta agree with the cow. This guy's dead. He's not dead. What will prove to you that he's dead?
お前はもう死んでいる。何?
I knew it! That's right, guys, I'm not dead. I just took a break from this series because the first episode took so long for me to edit. But now that I'm back, I'm going to focus on this more and bring it out a lot more often. Being that I slept for 4 months straight, I honestly didn't remember much about my world, so I went around and refreshed my mind. Noticing that I still had iron armor and the new Nether update came out, I wanted to immediately put all focus on obtaining diamond armor. I want to explore the Nether a ton now. Just to show you how unlucky I was on the first 100 days, watch how fast it took me to find diamonds. This entire time, I was mining around them. So far, not doing too bad on diamonds. It shouldn't take me more than a few days at this rate. So, back to mining I go and... massive problem. All this lava is obstructing my shaft, so... as any sane person would, I needed glass. I went to go collect some sand, said hello to my 2 iron golems... 3? I guess I have another one randomly now. He looked hurt, so I went and healed them all up. I figured the salmon hurt them. Common knowledge that iron is weak to salmon. That's why Iron Man is red, so he can blend in and not worry about these monsters. So I killed a nearby salmon and collected some sand. I woke up the next day, shocker, and I found this cat randomly in my compound. I honestly did try to catch him, but he didn't want my cooked salmon. He wasn't a man of culture, so I killed him. Later on, found his brother in my house, and being the natural-born gentleman that I am, I said hi to the brother. Waiting for my glass to cook, I decided to go and check up on my villagers, and oh my goodness, there's so many now. I also said hi to the cat's sister. With my new block in hand, I went and blocked off the lava with its weakness, glass, because that makes sense. Day 104, I just mined and found more diamonds. 105 was just mining. If you're wondering why there's no game audio, I was listening to music this entire time, so I can't put it in. I found more diamonds while singing and then somehow got a 4th golem. Pretty positive they're reproducing up there, but I don't mind the extra protection. I'm just hoping I don't accidentally hit one and ruin this run like I did last time. Day 107, I began making my diamond armor. I made the chest plate and pants, since I believe those give the most armor. Said hi to a cat, and for some reason now I have 5 iron golems. I then went to enchant my armor, but only had enough for the chest plate, but I had a secret backup plan. I have 7 experience potions, which did nothing. So I can't enchant the pants yet, but I'm going to put mending on my entire armor set. I don't ever want to worry about making new armor. I then finished the day off with some farming. Woke up and said hi to a cat. Immediately finished up farming and noticed that I now have 6 iron golems. Honestly, I'm a proud parent. I wanted to explore a little bit, but didn't go far at all. I'm saving that for the Nether. I was a bit bummed out. I immediately found more useless blue rocks when I went to mining, but then I was very lucky and found some experience blocks. Since I need more experience for enchanting my armor, I decided to go slaughter the chicken. Enchanted my pants with an okay enchantment and put mending on my bow. Mending on my bow. Realizing my mistake, I went and got another book of mending and enchanted my pants. 50% done now. I crafted the helmet and boots and tried to enchant them, but I need more experience. I went and slaughtered almost all of the pigs and sheep, but that won't be enough. I need a better way to get experience. So I went to the ocean, got some kelp, and looked for a spot to build my mob grinder, then remembered I need soul sand for the elevator. Said hi to a cat, and then found out I'm now the proud parent of 7 iron golems. I get around a lot. I chose glass for the elevator because I wanted to see the land as I rise up. Later found out that you can't see anything while in water. Also heard from a YouTube video that soul sand only pushes you up in water that's a source block, and that kelp will force each water block to become a source block. I didn't feel like testing their theory out, so I just listened and did it. Finished the elevator and began the collecting part of the grinder. Made a 6 shot and began building the mob grinder. Upon building the grinder, I figured I should use scaffolding. Never used it before in my life, and good god is this contraption weird to use. Trying out the scaffolding probably made me lose roughly 10 years of my life. I was insanely happy to finally get off of it. Finished building the grinder, and then came the descent. Wasn't as bad as going up. The grinder barely even worked. I'm guessing it's because it was at night, but I just went out and fought mobs instead of waiting. Day 116, I just XP farmed. Finally enchanted all my diamond armor and baby-proofed my nether portal. I finally decided to explore the nether and check out this new update. Only problem is that I already ran through the nether a bit on the previous version, so I had to travel far in order to get the new biome in Fortress. I did find another nether fortress though, did a sick face shot on the skeleton, which the pigman loved. Nothing else really happened in the fortress. Day 119, I was greeted by my father. And found a new biome. It was pretty cool. So I finally found the new pig fortress place after searching for 2 days. I was greeted by this baby pig thing, but it somehow disappeared. No idea what happened to it. Such a shame. I then began to steal the natives' gold, and for some odd reason, I had a feeling that they didn't really like that. Who knew, right? So to calm them down, I decided to sell their property back to them for some items, which they seemed to love. A lot. I then witnessed a girl at an anime convention running away from some weird men. Then began to sell their property back to all of them, including their children. I don't discriminate. I think I made a pretty nice profit for selling nothing of my own. I didn't know though that throwing an ender pearl at something would hurt it. Realizing the huge problem that I just created, I freaked out and tried to get to higher grounds, which didn't go according to plan. So I tried to run, got cornered, and almost died by accident. Landed on the last block there before falling to my death. Almost ran off a cliff, but I'm too good. I realized I didn't save the coordinates for the fortress, so I turned around to go write it down. Landed on the roof, somehow carrying my massive balls with me. Began collecting more blocks because I'm insanely greedy and know no better. Day 121, I did the exact same pearl and almost fell to my death a second time, in the same exact spot. I'm amazing. The pigs were still mad that I slaughtered dozens of them, so I held up in an area and slowly killed them. Then I kept on getting jump scared by pigmen falling from the sky right behind me. Only issue is that I'm way too cracked to let them kill me. My shots were always on point. They stopped chasing me and I couldn't have that. I needed my intense chase scene to continue. Then I made it back to my portal and back to my house. I have a lot of saddles now, so I made this pig specifically my favorite pig. Said hi to a cat and just did boring chores around the compound. After 123 days, I'm getting really tired of my iron golems getting stuck in the animal pens. So I finally decided to fix it. Here's some future plans for my compound that I most likely won't follow, but it's nice to plan and get a general idea. Red is where I'm going to make some weird machines and EXP farms. Orange is where I'm going to finally finish building my massive home. Green will become a town or massive building for all of my villagers. Light blue will be for my animals. Dark blue will be my mine shaft. Pink will become my farm. And purple will become a massive Japanese-themed wall around my entire compound. After saying hi to a cat, I began landscaping away this hill for my future EXP farm area. I don't really know what to say here to make my dialogue last long enough to show all of the days that I landscaped, but I did go at this hill for 8 days, and then started to bring the temporary wall back around. Oh, and I said hi to a cat. Day 132, and I finally finished the landscaping and temporary wall. Looked at the new ground that I made, and took a truss fall off of my mob grinder. Then, I began preparing blocks and items that I would need for the EXP farm. Day 133, I created the items and began my bamboo farm, which took me 3 more days to build, and spent 137 and 138 on making it look beautiful. I honestly don't even know what I did on day 139. I was lagging IRL, and was just doing random things. I think I was preparing for my cactus farm, the second part to the bamboo EXP farm. So day 140 was fun. I spent the entire day trying to come up with my own cactus farm. Of course though, I had to make it complicated, and it never actually worked. An entire day wasted. Spoiler alert, I don't use this building at all. I'll have to make a different one. I then spent the next 2 days XP farming. During the day I'd be at the mob grinder, which didn't work too badly, and then at night I would go out and fight mobs. Nothing really special happened. Then on day 143, I finally hit level 30 and enchanted my diamond shovel. I then got back to making my cactus farm. I had to follow a YouTube tutorial for this one too, sadly. Then I got visited by my old friend, the Lasso Donator, on day 145. I came up with a genius scheme to get it. He finally dropped the lassos and I got 2 more from my collection. I then got back to working on the cactus farm, which I finished up on 146. Didn't look too bad, luckily. But I wanted to make it look nice, so I went out to collect resources and added to the building. Then decided to make a diamond enchanted axe, so I needed to farm back to level 30. Said hi to a cat and wanted to have some fun, so I went after the zombie pigman and enchanted my diamond axe. I finally have a full enchanted set. I was low on wood from all this building, so I just spent the day collecting more. I was getting bored of just building and collecting resources though, so I just decided to go back to the Nether and explore some more. Found a boring fortress, then found a second one immediately after, which only had weird lava stuff going on, so I just continued on. Then I found another new biome, a bone one. I'm not sure how many new biomes there are, but this one is one of my favorites. Explored some more, and then I found those new pigmen to exploit capitalism to again. I love capitalism. I then had another fun experience with an ender pearl and nearly got myself killed. Kinda normal now, then had a fun accidental run-in with some wither skeletons. And just teleported out of there. Time to head back home. But on my way home, these pigmen wouldn't move out of my way. It was reminding me of high school, so I decided to fight them. But then they just wouldn't leave me alone. I don't care if you're selling Girl Scout cookies or trying to convert me into your religion. I just don't want your business. Oh god, they made it in. Oh no, now they're waiting for me at my home. I don't know exactly how to handle- wait. I have like 12 iron golems. I know there was a reason why I kept them around. Now back to the cactus farm. I wanted to finalize it and make it look a bit better, so I removed all the dirt and added wood. Then I played with the bamboo part and wanted to make sure that a cactus bamboo XP farm would still work. And it does! But now I have to figure out a way to transfer the cactus to the furnace by itself so it can become fully automated. Also found out that a hopper minecart's speed is affected by the amount of items it's carrying. Kinda cool. I gave up on trying to find a way to transfer the cactus over to the furnace, so I just decided to rebuild the entire cactus farm again for the 3rd time. Made it entirely out of dirt this time though until I figure out the placement, and then I'll just go back with pretty blocks. Of course though, a stupid creeper had to blow up part of the building. After that got fixed up, I began to make the building look pretty, since it worked perfectly. I took my time with this one, so it took me 3 days to finish it up. I wanted to set the general theme for each building, starting with this one. I'm pretty proud with how it turned out. I think my entire compound will look pretty good with a theme like this. Finally now, I'm beginning the permanent lighting around my compound. After deciding to go with glowstone, I began the painstaking process of lighting up the ground all evenly. And add it onto my house. But I need a lot more glowstone, so to the Nether I go. And 164, I nearly finished it all. But I want to explore the Nether some more. This time though, I'm just going to run in a straight line and make a portal far away. I want to explore the overworld some more, but I don't feel like traveling thousands and thousands of blocks to see new places. Plus, this might put me close to a woodland mansion. I found another pig boy fortress and traded their gold back to them for some items and luckily got everything I needed for a portal. Then, unluckily, I think I got one of the worst portal spawns I've ever had. I was roughly 100 blocks away from an island. While exploring this new faraway land, I somehow managed to get 3 wolves. But then I tried to sleep, and apparently I signed up for The Walking Dead. Except my experience wasn't stupid or drawn out longer than it needed to be. But I couldn't fall asleep for well over 5 minutes. The hordes just wouldn't stop coming. I then found a village that was kind and gave me diamonds. Then a desert village, but it didn't have anything worthwhile. But I was feeling good about this location, since it was roughly 16,000 blocks away from my house. So I wanted to go get some shulker boxes, since I'm always running out of space, and I knew I couldn't explore too much of this new land without more inventory space. I made all 4 of my wolves sit, since I didn't want them to die in the Nether while following me, went through the portal and found my 5th wolf. Somehow, have a 5th one. Began running, lost my wolf to some hogs, and then continued running. Found my portal room and did some iron golem pigman XP farming, and finally made it back home. Now, I just can't help myself, I keep getting around. I am now the parent of 14 iron golems. Thank you very much. Said hi to a cat, and it's time to start my journey to the end. I took my fastest horse. For those that were wondering this entire time, no, I didn't forget about my panda. He's still in his hole and happy as ever. Things are about to get interesting. I found the area where the end portal spawns, and I began to dig down. The end portal roughly spawns around Y level 30. I went all the way down to bedrock. So I threw another Eye of Ender, and it kept going right back to my stairs. At this point, I'm getting worried. I thought my world glitched and I wouldn't be able to go to the end unless I cheated, but then I felt that would have ruined my entire playthrough. So I went to bed. I read online that 3 end portals spawn per world, roughly 1,000 blocks away from spawn. So I rode all the way to the 0 coordinates. And to my luck, the internet was correct. I had a second end portal somewhere. Started the day off with getting rid of my raid curse, and then immediately leaving that town. And then my Eye of Ender went into the ground, began digging, and I found it. I wouldn't need to cheat and ruin my playthrough. After cleaning up my inventory and getting everything set up, I explored the end temple thing. I was on the edge for some reason, and somehow this skeleton who was standing still scared me immensely. No idea how or why, but it did. I explored some more and didn't find the portal that day. This stronghold is actually huge. I had a fight that would impress even Dream. Then found some incredibly overpowered enchanting books. A mineshaft connected to one of the 2 libraries, and a nice present for my horse. Then I finally found the portal, guarded by a tough monster. Luckily for me, the portal had an incredibly rare and high number of Ender Eyes. 0. Unlucky for Notch though, I had enough blaze rods and ender pearls to make all the Eyes of Ender that I would need, and I completed the portal. But then I went back and explored some of the caves that were connected to the stronghold. I then began to return home, said hi to the raid that I started, and said bye to the raid that I started, and made it back home, and then I just got organized. Now it's time to take on the Ender Dragon and get my shulker boxes. I know the dragon launches you in the air, so I wanted to try out this water bucket tactic. Never done it before, but after 3 tries off of my roof, it seemed easy enough. So I thought I would really practice, off of my mob grinder. Not like I have anything to lose. The thing is, I didn't only just jump once, not twice, but 3 times. I was gonna go fully kitted out, potions, everything, you know, but then I thought that would be boring for you guys to watch, so I just went with this. And I headed out. Got to the portal room and we're in. The towers were probably the easiest thing in this entire run. I wasn't nervous about those at all. Figured it would just take me 1 shot to bring down all of those crystals. I'm super happy that I practiced those water bucket landings. It came in handy right when the dragon launched me off. I kept on trying to put her to bed, but she was having a little crybaby fit and claimed she wasn't tired. I then had to put my foot down and tell her that she was tired. And then she threw me into the air. I was angry. Then I made a perfect landing without hurting myself. I then went up to her and tried to calm her down and say hi. Nothing serious happened, though. I then finally got her to go to bed, but she launched me in the air as one last angry temper tantrum. I was even angry at this point, so I had to use 0.5% of my power and teleport to the ground. And then I finally beat Minecraft. It was a close run with the dragon, but at the end wait. Am I gonna die? Seriously? Right now? I'll tell you about the time I survived 100 days in hardcore After all I went through, this stupid Enderman is going to end my run? Contrary to popular belief, death isn't nice, so I didn't want to experience it again. Now there's 4 after me? Day 27 was more action-packed, though. I encountered a literal child wielding a trident 5 times his body size. Obviously quickly aborted the 84-month-old fetus. Is this the end? I finished stripping their village the next day and then focused on building them a comfortable home. I was truly focused on making them feel welcome. I had the entire situation under control. Honestly, was never even worried. I then used the dragon's XP to heal all of my tools. I then found this weird contraption in the sky, never seen it before, so I was wondering what it did. I went through the other portal first, then tried to go through this weird portal thing. Not the easiest in the world for some reason. I honestly thought I was dead, and I immediately became worried. Then, the world loaded. Honestly, not much happened here. First time ever being in this end city place. Didn't even know that this portal would take me here. I thought I would have to bridge to this place. The shulkers were easy too. They weren't even a threat at all. They were super weak. I found some nice things in the tower though. The shulkers even helped me out at certain parts. They helped me fly past all the parkour. I found some more nice items and then found out the hard way that ender chests can't be broken without a silk touch pickaxe. Yep. Got bored, so I farmed endermen all day. I returned home and then finally made my shulker boxes. They're absolutely beautiful and everything I could wish for. Figured after 186 days, I should probably finish my house. After going through dozens of wall designs, I hated all of them and decided to wing this build. Made my first wall, hated it, made it again, and also hated it. Then I finally came up with a general theme that I liked. Don't worry, I'll change it again. And I did some work on the stones around my house. While I was changing out my floor, I finally figured out how the iron golems were getting to my villagers. I'll have to fix that soon. Added to my walls and finally got rid of the oak logs around my house and filled them in with dark oak. And finally figured out how I want my walls from now on. I knew I'd need an astronomical amount of wood for my house, so I spent the entire day and night collecting some wooden logs. Spent this day building up my walls, then had to sleep because the mouth breathers came in. I wanted to turn my compound into a city, so after deciding what to make the roads out of and beginning the road, I wanted to put a giant tree in my house. I don't know why. Thought it would be cool. Upon building my mansion, it was really starting to bug me how there were so many iron golems in the villager dungeon, so I went and broke them all out. I knew these mouth breathers wouldn't escape while it's nighttime, except 3 of the iron golems were in love with the villagers, so I had to rush and get them out, barely finishing the great iron golem escape. I hated how the second floor was looking, and I just couldn't make the roof work, so I tore down the second floor entirely, and worked on the first roof this day. I ran out of cobblestone, and with the 100-day challenge nearly over, I rushed to mining to collect more, then got ganked by a deadly skeleton. And got lost. Dug up, then worked on my castle. Since the 200-day challenge is nearly over, I fully focused on building this castle. I really wanted to finish the outside at least before the 200th day. Had some challenges near the end with the flying mouth breathers attacking me and slowing me down near the end, but in the end, I didn't finish building the castle. Sadly. I'll have to finish it next time. And there we have it. I killed the Ender Dragon, nearly finished my house, did some other adventures, and survived 200 days on hardcore Minecraft. To keep this series alive and not get boring, I want some challenges from all of you. Like, what are some things that I should complete in the upcoming hardcore Minecraft movies? I'll try and do most of them that you guys suggest. I hope you enjoyed my work, 100 likes, and I'll do 300 days on hardcore Minecraft.